Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico?
Sup, guys. What up? We got a good one, a special one. We got some guests in the house. So let me not waste your time. Let's get the people in here. Let's get my man, Maddads. What up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me all right?
And then we got, I think it was Rainwater, but he may have gotten a haircut. Let's see what, baby, is that Baby Yoda? What up, Rainwater?
Yeah,
nice little haircut.
I'm
there.
sorry, y'all. Oh, I thought that was on his butt. Okay,
Show and tell. My mommy painted this for me.
That's awesome.
Cute? That's pretty cool, man.
She's talented. What happened to you?
Oh, damn.
Oh, one.
I'm gonna put it up there.
One for me. Okay.
Oh,
so,
dang.
Man,
we're gonna have a conversation today. It's going to be interactive. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. And to do this, I think we need some members of the community to help us out. So we got a member of our channel for a while now, Kev Great. What up, Kev?
What's up, Kev?
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Chat. What's going on? Thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh, no problem. We appreciate you stopping by and chatting it up with us. We also got Turbo Joe fellow YouTuber. He's having some technical issues, so he's going to be joining us in a few minutes here. So we'll get the show started, right? So let's start it right here, guys.
I think Joe's scared. He's scared to come on.
Don't knock my boy.
Don't fire him up.
Don't fire it up just yet, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is what we're talking about today. So, we've been the last couple of weeks have been kind of a lightning rod for Arcade1up, to say the least. They're talking about.
They're at a freaking Sox game and they're watching us.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's what
We're more interesting than baseball.
That's loyalty, baby. That's my man there. So we're talking about Arcade1up. We're talking about how all the shit done hit the fan. Is this the end for Arcade1up as we know today? And what do I mean by that? Listen, Arcade1up has the biggest share of the pie. No one can deny that. They got the majority of the pie. But when you are king of the hill, people are coming for you. People are gunning for you, right? And right now they're having cabs. If you bought a cabinet 2 years ago, it's almost double the price of this year's lineup. Whether you're talking about X-Men, whether you're talking about supposedly pricing for The Simpsons, whether you're talking about the Street Fighter cabinet, these prices are getting pretty astronomical. I'm just talking about general as a consumer. I can't afford these prices anymore. Before I'd be like, you know what? Okay, I'll take that, but now I can't. I just can't. Or have a wife that knows that they just can't. Right,
Nick. When I bought this Final Fight, the lady had a Street Fighter, the first, the first edition, first wave Street Fighter for $175, new in box. Said, "Do you want that too?" And I said, "$175 for Street Fighter?
That's too much.
Nah, I'm gonna pass." and now that's worth what, like $900 or something? Like seriously, like
it's crazy. And the thing about it, what makes it more, I guess, upsetting, is I can understand if you gave us upgrades, right? Don't give me a light up deck protector. Don't give me a stool. Those are add-ons just to pat, to bring up the price, but they're not actual upgrades. Why don't you just not give me those things and lower down the price? I'll be more accepted to that. But
how come they can't have a website where you can go to and you select which unit you want and then you pick the add-ons that you want, right? Like, is that, I mean, maybe that's to do from a SKU perspective, but like you select,
from a SKU perspective, it's kind of hard. You want to have only one or two SKUs per item, right? And then you're giving this to retailers. I can understand maybe doing that for their own site, but that wouldn't be feasible. I don't believe. But Michael B mentions this on his show, and I think this is exactly it. I think that they say this is the profit that we want to make, regardless of what's happening in the world. We need to formulate whatever we have to get to that profit margin, and that's the only thing that would make any kind of sense. Prices go up all the time in things, but you don't always pass that buck to the consumer, and it's not fair to us as loyal consumers to get get shafted.
But the wood costs.
I'm just saying, you know how it is, man. I'm just saying, you know how it is. They the ones that started everything. So yes, everybody came back behind them. You know how Arcade1up was, and they, as of right now, they think that they can just put anything out, and we will buy it. And you already saw what happened to the X-Men. Like, it's supposed to be sold out already. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to tell you about the people that's out there. Yes, not like us always thinking about, okay, that's too much, that's too much, that's too much. There are people out there that just, don't care. You know what I mean? They're going to buy whatever, they're going to buy whatever it pops out. Like almost every single one, like Arcade Family, Arcade1up super fan is going to end up buying every single cabinet, and that's just how it's going to be. Now we're, like I said, we're modders. If you're a modder or you're doing all that other stuff, that's fine. You already know how much this stuff costs. You got other games somewhere, but the average person is not going to know how to do the modding and stuff like that. So they're going to be buying these cabinets, man, and they know it, man.
You buy a little bit of everything. So do you see yourself buying anything other than the Killer Instinct? Because I know you want that because you're a big fan of that. But is there anything, are you saying I'm willing to pay these prices, or are you done?
No, I mean, me personally, I can't say I'm done because I bought the big blue. You see what I'm saying? Because I want to play with my peoples. You know what I mean? I want to play with the people, and I want to play online. That's really the only reason why I bought that cabinet, tell you the truth. Now, if there are other ways to play that with everybody that's on the channel and everybody in the chat, then that's a different story, But I bought that because of the online feature. Now, Street Fighter is what I play. Now, X-Men, I'm like, I can, it's just a beat 'em up. It's going to be done, here and there. But see, Street Fighter and stuff like that, you can play back and forth. You don't know who you're going to get. You can keep playing it like that. So it's a different thing.
It's a different animal.
Different animal. But I'm just going to tell you, man, they're going to keep pushing stuff out, as you already seen. I mean, I guess we'll talk about that later. But, I mean, they're going to just push the prices out. They know people. They know how it is.
People are still buying it. I mean,
and they're just gonna buy it.
Most of the cabinets are still selling out, right?
Yeah.
So people are still buying it, but
you got to have a friend that, like you said, you got to have a friend that has it too, right? And are you gonna find that one friend that also has the X-Men cab? Are you gonna call them every weekend to be like, "Hey Joe, let's play X-Men again"?
I thought that I was going to have a problem.
One more time.
There's not a problem getting on there. There's not a problem getting a fight on X-Men versus Street Fighter. There's enough people in the community that got it. Kev Gray, you got a bunch of cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
I'm done. I'm done with 1UP because I think right now we're in an abusive relationship with Arcade1up. We keep going to them and we keep hoping they're going to change and we keep hoping they're going to listen to the community. And what has happened over the last couple of years? They've done the opposite. They've not given us anything that we've asked for. The prices have gone up. They can't even give us Tron. They can't give us Dragon's Lair. That's what the hardcore community has been looking for. Simpsons, we might get it. So I'm done right now. I really can't support them. I just feel like it's an antagonistic relationship. You can't get anybody from their company to talk to you. You can't get a Facebook post explaining what happened with The Simpsons. And we might not be owed an explanation, but when you're dropping $850, it'd be nice if you get a post saying, "Hey, we apologize for this and that, and here's what's going on." You don't get any of that. And I think part of it is what we get from Jong and what we get from AtGames. It just highlights Arcade1up's missteps even more. The fact that they can't communicate. And, they could have told us that on XXX, cabinets are going up. Go out and buy them. Buy your pinballs before but did they do that? No. And what did John do? John gives you a heads up that he's lowering cabinets. So for me, I'm kind of done with them. I have 4 of them. I love them, but the only one I would really consider buying is NFL Blitz, and that might be 2-3 years away.
I totally agree with you 100% with that comment. You have to give me a title that I want and I'm willing, to break the bank for, or something that's different. Like give me a future version of like a racing cabinet, or give me a light gun game that I'm actually interested in. You gotta have to really, update your portfolio or give me something different. But as of now, I just my wife would slap the shit out of me basically, and I would have to slap myself. Like it just would not make any kind of sense to say, and then like I wanted to tell you before. Just a couple of things. I think the model that they have right now, I think it has been sped up by a couple of years. That 5-year plan is now looking like a 3-year plan. And either you have to get those newer titles or you have to pivot. And this is what I wanted to discuss. Do you think right now, two things? Now that you see these price points, do you think the last decent price points that we had was the legacy cabinets and the partycades and the countercades? Because I think those were prices that we all could get behind. You're getting 12 games, good games, not Wi-Fi, but who cares? Still under $400.
Yeah, QVC prices. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's going to be, if you try to get them directly, it ain't going to happen. But, as you can see, QVC prices are kind of lower than what they're going right now. So
Walmart still has the legacy cabinets at 400.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now, my the questionable Mortal Kombat cabinet with the line of sight looks like a Cadillac now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the line of sight. For $400, I'm willing to bite that bullet compared to spending $600 for Wi-Fi Street Fighter, a 30-year-old game. Like, yes, I love Street Fighter. Yes, I love the fighting game, but it's a hard thing to swallow at that price. Like, I really think Street Fighter Online should have been at like $500. I'm willing to pay the extra $100 because you're giving me the Wi-Fi.
You also
so
know
you guys
that
saying you're like with Mike, then you're not out, but
it has to be a real crazy title or something different, and you can't say, oh, here's a driving cabinet, but it's $1,000. No, it still has to be reasonable.
I really want the class of 81, but if they say the class of 81 is going to be like $500,
I think we should all uproar. If you tell me that the class of 81 is in the $600 range, I think we should all uproar, burn our Arcade1ups, and post it on these groups, because that's just crazy. That's just ridiculous for that particular. These are ROMs that we've seen 100 times rehash.
Yeah,
there's no reason why we should see that at $600 plus,
like $499 at least. Right, 400 maybe.
I will give you another $100, and
yeah.
I'm swallowing my pride when I say that, because I understand things are changing and you're giving me Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
but after that, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement with that. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing that I think that they could do to pivot is maybe they need to change their thought process. Maybe they've sold all the cabinets that they're gonna sell. You get to a point where your turn is not what it used to be, but you still have these cabinets in these homes, so you still have customers. You're just gonna have to change the way they're customers. You're gonna have to do what basically iiRcade is doing, and give us a store and let us buy games for these cabinets. You're still getting profit. You're still getting money.
So John D posted he made a tweet, right? And it was a pallet of wood. We all probably saw this tweet by now, right? It was a pallet of wood that you could get like 2 years ago, and a pallet of wood that you could get for the same price now, like just a few pieces. And it was to point out that, wood prices have gone up. But if you actually go and look at the price index, the chart shows it spiked in May. Like it went way up, the price of lumber, and then it dropped back down. In all of June and into July, the prices have come back down to where they were before that big spike, and then some. I think.
To be fair, we have to be fair when it's to be fair. These cabinets probably were made when the prices were up. So,
but okay, I heard that argument too. Here's my rebuttal to that. If I build a house, if I build a $500,000 house, and then the prices change, right? It's now the price drops back down to $300,000. It's only worth $300,000. Can I say, but I built it when it was worth $500,000?
But you're going to try to recoup as much as your money as possible. So
it's worth what it is worth at that point in the market when you're trying to sell it. That's what
I don't think that they made in terms of real estate and electronics. I don't think that.
Well, They got. I mean, if you look at the wood, you know us. You know we know how to build these things. So I can get like at least two, maybe and a half cabs on one big huge sheet. So just think of them, getting a deal because they're getting a deal already.
No,
So
we know that they're
we
getting
know that
a
price
good amount of
is
money.
not the same.
But
Akuma's pointing something out that's a really important detail. These are particle board. These are not real wood. This is not an iRcade.
100% agree. I
Arcade
100% agree with that. But we just have to be fair when it's fair. Prices are impacting, and again, it's not just the wood. We have freight. We have the components. All these things are adding up. But for it to be $200, no. Or do something. Pull an AtGames. This is the price, but we understand it's not fair. Let's throw in some added value. Let me give you 10 more games, 5 more games. Let me give you something of value, like better controls. Let's bite into our profit.
Didn't they add
20 cents of our profit and give you upgraded buttons.
But they can't give you ROMs because those ROMs are their business. They literally have to sell you 10 more Pac-Mans. They can't just give you 10 ROMs, which is what AtGames can do, though.
Well, but what they can do is give us better quality controls.
Ralph has asked John D all the time. And what did the last time Ralph asked for better controls, John D basically smirked at him. Yeah. If you remember that.
He's like, listen, we're never going to do it. That's basically it.
But never going to happen.
Things, desperate times call for desperate measures. You're going to raise the price. Give us something to let us say, okay, give us a 19-inch screen. Give us controllers. Give us something. Jesus
They got
Christ.
a whole bunch of 17-inch screens sitting there that they got to use up first.
Okay. So
but they're going to probably try and tell us the screen prices went up. So
it did go
that 1-2 week period,
Listen, you're not being fair.
We're already complaining about
there is things that are uncontrollable. We know that. At the same time, I'm just saying, give us a little bit more value for our dollar. At the end of the day, maybe you take less of a profit. That's what you have to do. Like, if, for example, there's blood in the water, and these companies are coming. iiRcade said, "Listen, you're questioning, why are these prices going up? Our prices are going up too, but we're willing to take a loss to get you over to us, right? Right now, they got a huge sale, $100 off the cabinet, then $100 they're taking for shipping. So basically $200 in savings. You're not getting anything less. You're getting a better quality. And on top of that, you get to select your games. iiRcade says they're going to take a loss up front, but they know that you're going to buy some of those games and they're going to recoup those losses. And then they're going to have you in their freight. And what they want to do is, get that install base up so they can go to a Midway, so they can go to, the other companies, the Sega, and say, give me Streets of Rage, give me Virtual Fighter, give me these AAA listing. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. They need to have the install base to say, can we get these titles?
So two things on that. So with the iiRcade, one, like you said, they have the ability to make up that profit on the back end by selling the games. So they're not having to make that profit on the machine itself. So, but two, do you think they saw this as an opportunity? Do you think they literally saw the way that the community was reacting to Arcade1up and said,
"You have to.
We're going to take advantage of this."
It has to be. It would be foolish if you're a company to not say, "Okay, now it's our time to take a bigger slice of this pie," because we may never have this chance again. When the big dog is knocked down, this is the time to capitalize. So iiRcade came in swinging, said, "We'll take $200 loss. We'll take all those people that are not going to buy the X-Men, that's not going to buy the Simpsons, and they've been waiting around for it. You keep on, pulling us around, pulling our leg. Are we going to get the Simpsons? Are we going to get the bowling? You know what? Forget you. I'll spend my money where someone, appreciates it, and is every day, every week is releasing titles. It may not be the titles that you like, but next week chances are you might get something in there. There was 8 titles that was just released the other day that just was told to us. I'm sure one of those games out of the 8, you said, you know what, I like that game. I'll buy it.
Probably
And then
like
you got
7.
200.
Yeah,
you got 260 games on there. There's got to be a game for you. And some people talk about, oh, these games are subpar. There's Burger Time is an actual cabinet.
Yeah.
Karate Champ is on that. You have a few titles on here that were actually cabinets on its own. So that is in itself is bullshit. Then you got titles that, you may have never tried before, but because you got the iiRcade, you tried it and you're like, wow, this is a pretty damn good game. You got modern games. You got everything for everybody.
Just a few. There's a ton of games that had cabinets back in the day.
Yeah.
But you know what? It wasn't just iiRcade that smelled the opportunity.
Yep.
Who else?
Yep.
AtGames said, "Hold my beer."
Boom.
Hold my beer. You want a 4-player cabinet? How about I give you all the games that you can find? You play them on a 4-player cabinet with the existing hardware that you already got in your home. Now this is amazing. Now let's call it what it is. This is not the prettiest looking
it's beautiful,
but we know AtGames. They listen to us. They hear us. They change. Look at the pinball. The pinball looked like a shopping cart before it was released. Now it's a thing of beauty. I think they'll go ahead and revamp this. But look, you could play Simpsons. You could play, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Any 4-player ROM that you can find, you can play it on there. And I gotta believe that this is going to be anywhere from maybe $250 or not, and regular price probably around $400. If not less.
Right. They haven't officially announced this yet, right?
They haven't announced it yet, but we know it's coming soon, and they're striking while they feel that Arcade1up is on the ropes. They were trying to knock them down. They're telling you, oh, you want that Simpsons? You want bowling? You can play the bowling game on here. There's no problem with that. But bowling is announced today.
Now, how are you going to play a bowling game on this? Come on.
No, they're gonna. So what are they going to do, man?
All you got to do is switch it to if you want to play bowling, you leave the original cabinet on there and pick 4 players. It doesn't matter because you only need 1 trackball. If you want to play the 4 Simpsons beat 'em up, you play it on that as well. You have a number of options, and then just got to lead down the way that there's more control decks coming. There's probably a racer in the works. There's probably other things happening.
Other stuff.
You know it. You know they were trying to get us light guns. There's issues with the technology, things over there, but it will eventually be here. But this is
I got a couple of
thing.
gripes with this thing, though. I mean, it's not.
Talk to me.
Like you said, it's a little ugly. The color scheme is a little wacko.
This is proof of concept. I gotta believe that because no way in hell they're coming out with this white and blue control.
Now I like.
I'm returning it.
No, I'm telling you, man. If you look at this, man, if you look at the way it is, they try to make it to where it's inside the cabinet. Like that's why you have the angles like you have them. Because if you standing to the right and the left, they're thinking that you're going to be standing like, you know what I mean, like kind of angle this over to the side and side. So
they got the
room
controllers laid out like they're on a Arcade1up commercial. Playing 90, like they're playing in a 90-degree angle.
But do you see what I'm saying though? The way they have is that one person's is standing right here, so they can actually see right here. The other person standing over there, see right there, and then the 2 people will have enough room to be able to stand like that. And that's what I see that is. But they just need to move. As you can see, you see where the extra room is. If you look on the left-hand side, that's that room that they can't pass because they're trying to get it right where the cabinet is. So they need to spread that out and make a cover for the outside controls, and then you'd be fine. Because like I said, they're trying to put it inside the actual where the cabinet is, where it goes down into. So it needs to be like outside, like with the turtles, on the side. How it has the the other cup outside.
That's because
it
sits on. Sits on.
It sits in it.
So, where you and me and both in the same group, we saw Jason Wright's version of it, and he's put channels in there so the wires could run in the back.
Underneath.
And that looks beautiful. And I think that they will go ahead and revisit this and make it a better thing. Again, this is proof of concept. This is what they really wanted to show us, to say, is this, will it be interest in it? Will we get interest in it? And I guarantee you everybody is super stoked about it. Again, it's more of the idea behind it than
when you're standing on the ends, like the two people you're talking about, they're having to look this way.
Well, they're gonna have to change the angle.
The controller moving to the left and right from the front is actually going to be up, right? You see what I'm saying?
Bring up the joystick. So
like
if you see where that angle is, if they were 45-degree angle and brought all the way to the
that'd be way better.
That would be way better. And I think that's where they're gonna have to go to give us more elbow room and a better viewing angle.
It's just because it's so weird. Like if you were to push up on the controller, it's going to be not it'll be left.
Yes.
Right. So you'd have to angle it a little bit. But I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so they're not all crammed in there, because that's one of the biggest gripes.
But that's the whole thing is
Arcade1up.
Just pull it to the side and you'll have more than enough space. There's enough of a footprint here to give everybody.
What do you think, Kev? Are you digging this thing?
Yeah, I actually think it looks good, and I also think that they showed us this probably a few weeks earlier than they intended. I think after the 1UP dust up, they're like, just throw this out there. It'll probably get tore apart, but I bet you right now there's 2 more revisions already in the lab getting that thing cleaned up. I would definitely buy that, especially if you could use that as a standalone, almost like an AtGames Pro.
If it does that, I think the sky's the limit, because so many people are really been positive about the Gamer Pro. That experience is awesome, and you can play that on a big screen, 50-inch. Imagine having that 4-player on a control panel, a pedestal. That would be, I think, a game changer.
And Byright would definitely put something together. Maybe make it a little bigger.
They're probably already working on it now.
Yeah, they probably have the specs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they can make it. You just make a little U in there, just like a little U, like I did on my Mortal Kombat cabinet. Just made a U and just put the cables right in there for the other sides. The player 1, 1 and 2. 1 and 4. Sorry.
This
you can do it.
This makes me very excited, because I see that they're thinking of what is the next move. What's the next move? They're steps ahead, and they're trying to capitalize on the mistakes that Arcade1up made. They're being as transparent as possible with us. At the same time, they got to be
go straight to the source. Here we got Jason.
Jason, just tell us, wink in the chat if they've already started fixing it. Just throw a wink in the chat for us.
Oh, that's a given.
So you guys know Jason works for AtGames.
They listen to people, so that's a given, I would say.
That's one thing. They're not the other company. They do what the other companies want.
Right? To be fair, he probably can't talk about it. I don't think this was officially released, right? It wasn't really announced. This is kind of a what do they call that? A soft leak?
A controlled leak.
Controlled leak. Where they just let's just throw some of these pictures in with the others, and someone will probably notice. And they did. So
let's just say this. There was a lot of, if you poll the same people about a year ago, they were probably super Arcade1up fanboys and would never even think about joining AtGames or joining the iiRcade family. And now those things are starting to sway a little bit. There are a lot of people that are buying other cabinets, still Arcade1up fans, but are willing to give it a try. There's some people that are just like totally on that fence. Zohar's one of them. Hated AtGames, now is on AtGames with the CoinOps X and seen the light. So like
Chase
for me,
is up on us, man. He said we're not plugging his stuff enough. We're not plugging his stuff.
AtGames had a really good week if you consider the pinball
I've
release.
been trying to win that, man.
You got regular pinball, then you got the gamer minis and the non-ALP release as well. You know, they're capitalizing, and I really think that market share is starting to shift.
Don't forget that all of a sudden Sam's Club has a ton of $4.99 AtGame, legends. All of a sudden they're stocked. So,
hey, Turbo, do you want to join us? I sent you a link there, buddy. I sent them a link.
See, Turbo got an iiRcade. I see so many people buying iiRcade.
Yeah, Adam is right.
Crazy.
Well, when they're $100 off and free shipping up to $100 off, right? They're cheaper than the Arcade1ups, and they're clearly better quality.
You can get a Space Ace cab for less than a $1.
No one can argue about the level of quality of the, it's a premium cabinet, hands down, bar none. You can maybe question whether you like the artwork, even though I think it has improved with all the different options that you have now. But it's
there's a reason that these guys like Kongs and Bobby, who are known for modding, they're like, I mod everything except iiRcade because it's perfect out the gate. So there you go. Where's Turbo Joe? You're supposed to be in here with us.
He says he's in the room, and he says, but I don't see him. So I'm sending him the link again to kind of do that.
Yeah, everybody's gonna have their opinion on each system.
Look at
and a 1-year warranty.
All that 1-year warranty. And dude, for example, MCAP had an issue with his control deck. His knob wasn't, was turning off. They voided the warranty. Let him go into the cabinet. Right
there, he is.
Tighten the warranty, tighten the thing, and then sent them a new sticker and say your warranty still counts. No other company's doing that. I'm sorry. Like we have to call a spade a spade. Other companies not going to do that. Sometimes they do break the rules, but more times than not, iiRcade is trying to do right by their customers. Again, we're not customers; we're family. And someone wrote, we're not customers, we're family. With AtGames, we're owners, and with Arcade1up, we're just the suckers that buy the cabinets.
Do you guys think that? So they're clearly saying, "Hey, look, price of wood went up, price of shipping went up, all this stuff. It went up, and therefore our prices are going up." I get that. Do you think that means that when those prices come down, that we will eventually see those prices come back down, or did they just use this as an excuse to forevermore charge us $700 a cabinet?
Let me. I'm sorry. I gotta speak on this because I'm passionate.
Did he just get cut off?
You take yourself out of the street. There you go.
So they're not going backwards. Once you've passed that threshold, that's what it is. This is going to be our new norm. Yes, was it due because of the price points? Yes, but you can't go backwards because you're going to alienate those people who bought them at a high. You're not good, and then they're not retroactively doing what iiRcade does and give you $100 back. They're not going to do that. That money's already spent. So you're not going to alienate those people who paid more money. You're going to have to just keep on going forward, and this is the new forward. So whether the only thing that they can do and the thing that they should do is give us better quality stuff. Give us better stuff. Say, yes, the price went up, but now we're going to give out 19-inch monitors. Now we're going to give you, San Juan clone controllers. Like, it's not hard to give us the quality that our AtGames gives us, or the quality that the iiRcade give us in controllers. Dude, you don't have to give us the real thing, but give us the closest thing to it, guys.
I'm just saying, man. I'm not gonna. Me being on the tech side, just from what's going on, you can put that up if you like. You can put it up if you like.
Me being on the tech side.
If you're sitting on the tech side, for real though, you got to understand that if you just look at all the computer components and stuff like that. So you got video cards that you can't even get anymore, except for all the people doing the Bitcoin and all that stuff.
Things are
Chip
changing.
mining. But I'm just saying. But I'm talking about the chipsets, like the
Yeah.
chips. Are you trying to get? I'm telling you, it's probably something going on. People think it's the wood. I don't think it's the wood or nothing like that. I don't. I think it's the chips that they have to pay for, which people are just, they're probably just gouging the prices on the chips, and nobody is looking at that at all. How they have to do this to make these things happen. And that's just my opinion. Wood, yeah, whatever. It's like what, 10, it's like what, 10, maybe $15 more, but if you're talking about the chipset, there's much more in the play in that. Like, as you can see, they're gouging these video cards and stuff like that, 2,000, 3,000. It's just them chips, man. The chipsets in there, and the chips they have to get to make all the boards, the PCB boards and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying, man. Yes, pop it up. You know what I'm saying? Pop it up.
No, you're right, though. I mean, it's not just
I'm
the
just
wood.
saying.
They're using the wood as an excuse because it made for a good tweet, but it was the reality is it's not just that. It's shipping. It's the board shortages. Intel's trying to work on making more chips and stuff over here, so we don't have to rely on the one company that apparently makes them overseas. Yeah. It's more than just that. So somebody posted in the chat earlier, like, we got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's not just the wood, but at the same time, look at what they're doing and look at what the other companies are doing. I mean, iiRcade is like, we're going to slash our prices. And we're like,
what I would say is that the prices probably do need to go up, but not $200.
Yeah.
Right. If you're going to do $200, then give us more. Give us more. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think we can all be more tolerable if they said, you know what? This is the price, but here's a 19-inch screen. Here's some upgraded controllers. Give us those things, and then we can say, you know what, that's more justifiable. AtGames had to raise the price of the pinball, but nobody even cried about it because they said, here's more value. Here's 100 and some odd games.
Yeah.
That people cried, but a lot less.
I think we're beating a dead horse on this one. Where's Turbo Joe? We need to move on.
Nobody's. I just wanted to add one thing real quick. OneUp anticipated this backlash, and I think what OneUp is doing, they know they're not going to sell the cabinets that they once did in the short term, but they're making the profit the same. So they are controlling their own chip shortage by not making as many products. But that $200 is not just shipping; it's the margin to stay whole during the next 18 months during this whatever period you want to think we're in. So I think this is a controlled experiment by OneUp. They knew they were going to get the backlash. They know they're selling less cabinets, but they're going to make the same profit. That's what I think. I'm in accounting, and they had an all hands on deck meeting with the profit margin, and they figured, hey, let's slow down our growth and still make the same money. And I think that's what's going on here as well.
I got a background in accounting as well, so
yeah. So
okay, it looks like Turbo Joe won't be able to make it, and I
think he's scared of Kev Brett.
Listen,
he's not here, so
I'm going to do my best Turbo
Joe. It's going to be
easy.
You can play Turbo Joe, Nick.
I'm going to do my best Turbo Joe impersonation, and we're going to go to the next subject here. It's probably the most controversial subject in the retro game community. It's a lightning rod. People, whether you're on one side, either you're a lover or you're a hater, there's pretty much no in between. And is it fair? Probably not. It's probably more somewhere in the middle. With that being said, they had a recent event, the Crayola Experience, and a lot of fellow YouTubers, children, the audience had a chance to deal with the Amico hands-on experience. So that really, really wanted me to really talk about this because, again, we saw a lot of videos, but did we actually see people playing these games? So there's going to be some questions left unanswered because I wasn't one of the individuals that was able to deal with it. But now we have more information now, so maybe we can make a better educated decision on whether we're going to make this purchase or not. So with the videos that we saw Turbo Joe actually playing these games. He played what was the two games there?
Astro Smash and Shark.
So some people are going to say that these games are, subpar. I think they look visually very appealing. I like it. Shark is more, I think, more for children. But chances are, if you're getting this unit, it really is gearing towards the family. So you're probably getting this if you have a younger kid to play the Shark. The other game, I think that's more down my alley of a gameplay. What really was the difference, I think a lot of people talk about when they talk about this unit, is the controls. The controls is what's going to make the difference. People say once you've played with this controller, it really is what sets this apart. There's nothing like it. Turbo Joe talks about this dial, whether it's pressure sensitive, and he's been gaming for X amount of years, and he's never really experienced anything like that. And Tommy Terrarico, when he talks about it, he always brings this up as this is what makes the difference. You're not going to know it until you actually play with it. So with bringing that up, what do you say to that, Kevin?
Well,
not experiencing it, but what people have said.
Yeah, this system is totally geared around the controller. It's geared around this built-in experience of the dial, the feedback, the pressure plate, the screen that's there. The issue is that not many people have seen a full-on demonstration of the full capabilities of this controller and the motion side of it. We've seen people at Crayola play it, but we haven't seen anybody do the waggle, do the cornhole, do the Farkle. We've seen it disconnect a lot. So there's a lot of questions that's coming around with, will these controllers be as advertised in 81 days when the system's supposed to, release on October 10th? And I haven't seen anything on their website that demonstrates the other side of the controller, which is supposed to make it totally unique, which is the motion part of it.
Listen, I'm gonna let you continue. But you guys got to be a little bit more sensitive to my feelings. All right. I'm just saying, I don't piss in your orange juice and tell you to drink it or your coffee or whatnot. Just that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you're saying if the person for me, when I first started, I was nothing but Arcade1up. You can tell me to go to AtGames, right? So you're telling me and then when I got to AtGames, I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. I appreciate this. I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna check it out, and then started liking it. So you're saying that's what's gonna happen, right?
That's what I think. I think a lot of people,
once you feel get it in there, you'll be all right.
They have their mindset in one way, but I really think that it's about the experience. Kind of like what John said. A lot of people don't know the value of an iiRcade until you experience it. It's none other. Like that sound, the quality, those things are what really sets it apart. And I think that the same is going to be with this system. You're not really going to appreciate it until you get your hands on the controller and really see the difference in the technology.
I think he just wants to rub that wood grain.
But it's the software that's going to make it.
That's what it is.
I mean, it's the software that's going to sell this unit. And a year ago, Tom, this all really lives and dies by Tommy. He's living this. He's breathing this. He's a one-man road show. And that also brings polarizing opinions of people that like Tommy, people that don't like Tommy. And I think the problem is Tommy says a lot of things, and you don't know where the truth lies. So, for example, he said there would be over 50 games at launch. Well, last week, now he's saying there might be 20 if they have a few weeks to tweak them. Well, the system comes out in 80 days. No, okay, but I can't even get a list of these 20 games.
Can I tell you something?
So what am I buying?
No one cried when the Xbox Series X came out and said, "Oh, you know what? The main title, the flagship of the thing, Halo is not coming out." Did people burn down the building and said, "Oh my God, no way, I cannot get this Xbox"? No,
but you had how many games optimized on the Game Pass? It wasn't like you bought that and you only had 5 games to play. You literally had hundreds of games to play on day one with the Series X optimized for the Xbox. You know what I mean?
We're talking about a company that has Microsoft behind it and can, push.
No, I understand.
Wait a minute. Now I can rest because I have somebody here who can speak to this. Because Turbo Joe, save me from me making myself look like an ass. Okay? Wait a minute. Can you
don't look like an ass.
I want to be on this side. and wait a minute. And I'm taking my man with me.
Oh, okay.
I just entered the conversation.
You got to put me back over there because we can't have this on the show like that. We're kind of. I don't want to say it, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. And
okay.
There you go. So we'll have it like we're equal. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not going to say it.
So Turbo
I was
Joe,
going to make a reference to like cookies and stuff, but
the vanilla cookies. So Turbo Joe, you were here in the conversation. I was talking about how. Oh, you
welcome.
weren't? Well, then let me educate
welcome
you.
To the conversation, Turbo Joe.
I left like 10 minutes ago because I don't think you guys saw my comments, so I was getting ready to set up for my own stream.
No,
Joe,
man.
you went to the Crayola event, right? And you got to play the Amico.
Yeah.
Can you start us? Can you just tell us? Just give us your experience. Because we've not talked to anybody who's had hands-on this thing yet, and so here you are.
It was a short sample, but it's gonna be that controller is gonna be the magical draw to that console. It's the controller. There's nothing in my 40 years of playing video games. I've never played anything like it. I it's like having a fidget spinner on a controller.
You stole part of the controller?
No, man.
Tommy loves him.
He gave
the guy. I'm friends with the guy, man. This is like patented technology. See this ring right here? It's a metallic ring. So when this ring makes contact with the conductors, the chips that's needed for this friggin' machine that's short of. That's what might be the major reason why this is postponed, because he needs like these conductors that pretty much every touchscreen needs. Like you talk about, Ford, General Motors, everybody's using touchscreens these days. Laptops, tablets, remote controls, everything uses touchscreens. So now he has an Amico, a new console that needs has this touchscreen technology, and he needs like these semiconductors, and he's falling short on them because he's a small little company, and meanwhile he's going up against these big time companies that he just can't compete with them. So that may be why this thing may be pushed even further, delayed. I don't even know. There's nothing official yet, but it doesn't look good. But anyway, this little ring right here is conductive. So when you're playing a game, let's just say, like, remember RC Pro-Am for the Nintendo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just so you can steer spinning this controller like that, and when you push down, this ring is making contact with the controller, so it's also like a throttle response. So you can take away a button. So now you can like almost drive and steer at the same time with your thumb, which opens the door to like different opportunities for different types of games. And then you pair that with like the touch screen, like a friggin' the controller. It's gonna have a touch screen and this little spinner dial, so you can play like card games with your family, like stuff like Spades, Texas Hold'em, Hasbro family games. I mean, a lot of things are going to be really seamless and easy to play with when everyone's got a touchscreen. I don't know. Just think of like games like Tempest, Missile Command. Reimagine retro games with this spinner dial. It's going to be pretty cool.
So
they're not trying to compete with like Nintendo or PlayStation or Xbox. A lot of these hardcore, retro gamers, or a lot of people get offended with what Intellivision's trying to do, and I just don't understand. It's not for everybody.
Technology is basically not out yet, so that's what the games. People can't make that many games because the technology for what you're saying is just not like it's not made for that. Like you use a controller or if you use the touch screen, you're not really using what you're saying, like that semiconductor around that little joypad area. There's not anything. Those games are not really made like that yet, so you won't even know. You can't even get them out
These
yet.
will be the newest.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe that's what it is. Technology is just not like it's out
ahead of
for
its
that
time.
yet. And then that's
well,
why
I mean, the
happening.
games that are being created are going to utilize this controller. You know, like the initial launch of games are going to feature games with haptic feedback. The gyro motions of the controller. The shoulder buttons are really nice. They feel really good. I mean, I don't know. I like it. I mean, it's not for everybody, but for $250, give it a shot if you're interested in it, or you try it out. I don't know.
Okay,
Joe, have
so-
you played the
we should get
haptic,
Hold on a second.
the controller that shakes and the Farco? Have you seen anything work with that yet?
No, but my friends were saying, Cyrus Martin in my live stream the other day, he was telling me that when he was over at the Retro Bros house, he stayed the night, and that's when he experienced the haptic feedback. I think he didn't. Tommy didn't have the haptic feedback on while at Crayola is because of the battery draw, and those controllers were. He only had like 8 controllers going around with like a constant line of people trying to test it out. So he was trying to maintain battery life. So
How many people you would have said that was at
you wouldn't have he didn't have the vibration on because of that.
How many people you would have said was at attendance to this event?
From start to finish?
Yeah. And you were there for the majority of the day?
Maybe around 1,000 people filed in and out of there, maybe a little more throughout the day. It was open from 10 a.m. to like 2 p.m., something like that. 3 p.m.
So the question I have, since you had so much time with this unit that day, do you feel like the system will be ready in a few months, or there's still work to be done? Does it feel like an incomplete unit at this time?
Well, I don't know if he's going to have enough units completed. The control, I mean, the Amico has like 700 components, he was saying, and if he's missing or short on like 1 or 2 components, he can't launch. Like one little thing.
But what I'm saying is, does it feel like there's work to be done? Did you experience the UI? Did you? I
tried out 2 games. I mean, there were people that played more games. I mean, I'm hoping it comes out in October.
Okay.
I don't know.
Joe, do you know if the system's done locked down spec wise? I think that's what Nick was asking. Like, is he still working on the chips? Like, what he's doing with it?
It's done. It's a complete system. It has to go. It's in the production phase, and he's short pieces.
Okay. But this has
he has
been
an operating system. Everything's set up already.
But this has been announced. This was announced like in 2019,
right?
When do you think he locked down the final design so he can go get these chips? Is it probably around the pandemic or a little before? Because if he can't get the chips now, and if he can't launch in October, when would the next window be that he can successfully get this out there? Because we're heading into our 3rd delay. He can't have a 4th, right? I mean.
Well, this is the 2nd delay. So this coming October, if we don't get at least a soft launch, or maybe a 5K, 10K launch, then this would be a 3rd delay. And
yeah, exactly. It was supposed to come out in April. Then he said October, and now we're heading into October. So do you think people's going to lose confidence if we keep getting delayed? And what do you think
I don't think so. I think the people that have their founders editions, the VIP lock-ins, they're not budging. They're not budging. I mean, for the most part, only the diehards and a very small amount of people know about the Amico to begin with. Tommy hasn't even started like a real campaign yet. And when he does, he's going to be talking to influencers with 12, 15, 20 million subscribers. He's not going to be playing around with Review Tech USA. You know what I mean? He's going to be looking at homemaker, women ran YouTube channels that got 30, 40 million, subscribers, have them play it, and they're going to be, amazed by that shit,
So that leads to one of the questions here is like,
he's got a smart advertising campaign. So, if you like it or not, I feel like we're going to see some cool shit in the future. Whether it comes out in October or next fall, I have no idea. I hope it comes out sooner than later. After playing it last, at Crayola it made me more excited about it after playing on it.
So with that being said, that kind of leads to one of our questions here. Is like, who is this system marketed to? I know that he says it's for families, but when experiencing the system, did it feel like it was easy enough that a kid could grasp, or and more advanced for someone like you and me that says, you know what, I've been gaming for X amount of years, I want more of a challenge?
It felt like Nintendo Wii 2021. That's what it felt like. It's gonna have like an inexpensive version of Nintendo Wii 2021. I feel like it's gonna have the motion controls, very accurate motion controls. The little fidget spinner is gonna be something unique and catchy when you walk into Walmart and try it out. You're like, holy shit, this is pretty cool. It can at $250, it'll trigger some impulse sales. I mean, it's not too expensive. I mean, he wants to get the price down, after it launches, like most, companies do. After the initial launch, after a couple of years, they try and bring the price down. I think it's gonna have a little bit of something for everybody. It's got a lot of those little pocket casual games that draw kids and women in. It's got it's gonna have like a lot of like the iiRcade games that you see, those little indie games, you know what I'm saying? Like little $5 to $10 games. They're like, oh, cool, download it, same ordeal. It's gonna have a lot of it's gonna have Hasbro licenses, Sesame Street, Disney. Sega's gonna be on board. They already have a Major League Baseball license, so there's gonna be cool shit for us. It's gonna be a clever little system. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Get your guys' opinion on this.
You
there were
love
a
it or you
couple
hate it.
articles that came out, and one of them, it was another guy that went to the same thing that you did, the Crayola event. And he wrote, and I'll read just a little portion of it here. I did actually serve my purpose of slightly flustering Mr. Tellerico, since I gave the controller a light flick on the back to check the plastic casing and it immediately shut off. Evidently, I have the greatest timing known to man, since I was told that at that exact moment, the controller's battery died. And after we got it plugged in via USB, it eventually turned back on. I did accidentally bring the Astro Smash table to a grinding halt for a short period while they got the controller charged enough to turn on, and had to reboot the console a couple times to get it to sync back up. So what do you think of that? Did you experience any of that kind of stuff? Did you have any problems? Did you see this happen when they supposedly locked up the system or anything?
Yeah. What now?
All right, gentlemen.
Dude, how do you want to respond to that?
We'll
start with Joe.
All right, so here's the deal. If you're like this, you're a journalist, you're a writer, you go to Crayola, you need to make a splash. You need a headline article. You got to stand out from the rest. So of course you got to find something negative at the event to draw attention. And let's be honest, like the Intellivision Amico draws people's eyes. It gets people to watch. You know what I mean? So a lot of these little channels have rose from the cracks to have this little voice, and people are interested. It's a fascinating what's the word? This you have two different sides of the spectrum. You're either pro Amico or you fucking hate it. You hate the damn thing, and all the people that support it. It's so weird. And then you have a lot of people that are in the middle, and they're like enjoying this entire drama between the two arguments. It's just ridiculous. Those controls were on all day long. Okay, when I finally got a chance to play on them, they died on me too. He was scrambling to keep them things like the ones that weren't being used to dock them, and try and rotate and conserve the juice because there's people constantly coming on to play it. He only had like 8 circling, so of course anybody can just say, "Oh, I picked it up and it stopped working." I mean, it's a perfect narrative. But let's just be honest, okay? You buy your Arcade1up, you buy anything, from the store. You open the box. I mean, you play it. What's the percentage of it? What's the percentage of times that the thing doesn't work on you? Like, what's the percentage of times you bought a PlayStation and your controller was laggy?
But
never.
Turbo Joe, would somebody say that maybe he should have been a little bit more prepared for this experience? Like he should have had backups, because especially when this is your, like, let's say it's your first time experiencing this, you probably don't want to have that kind of experience. It just would give a negative experience. And I granted, I'm not saying that did not happen. I'm just saying that you want to be better prepared. You want to put your best foot forward when you're, bringing this experience to the world.
Let's give KevGrid a chance to jump in on that. KevGrid, what do you think about the?
Turbo said it earlier. This is a unique controller. This system is going to live or die by it, and there's a lot of opinion if this controller can work as advertised. And when you see videos from the Amico event and Tommy is shaking it and trying to get it to connect, it could be because of battery life, but that just fuels the fire that we have not seen this thing work 100% as intended. For example, with cornhole, with sparkle, like we need to see a full video of somebody using it uninterrupted so we can see that it is working as intended, because if we don't see that and we see Tommy shaking controllers, they're going to run with that. They're going to use that, Can
I say one thing real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before the Nintendo Switch released, was there 2 years of the president showing you everything working?
We're 80 days away. There definitely was videos. I'm sure you can find videos 80 days before a major launch.
This is the first time in video console production history has the CEO of a company brought you this behind the scenes access to what his company has been going through over the last 2 years. He's been so hands-on with the fans. Nintendo, Sony, Xbox has never showed you their production, everything behind, so this is something that we're normally not used to seeing. So how can you criticize something that's not even out yet? Let it come out.
We need to see it. Well, we need to see it before we buy it, right? People have to make a choice.
Right. So it's not out yet. But then, you can't buy it yet.
No, I agree. But if it's not out yet, why is he showcasing it not to its fullest?
Y'all crazy, man.
Right?
I'll just throw something like this out. So that's like saying, yes, you do need to, how you need to experience something before you buy it. But how many people, just tell you the truth, how many people bought the Steam Deck and hasn't even checked
this is true out? This is true.
I'm just trying to say, that's what I'm saying.
There was
certain things
out,
that
they had one person that had it.
Yeah, it's certain things that entice you to buy something, and it's normally just one little video, or if you look at it, like you were saying, the little wood grain. I think that looks cool myself.
Thank you.
It looks good, but like I said, I do need to have if I didn't see that IGN video, just tell you the truth of the Steam Deck is what I'm saying, then I probably would still not know what the heck was going on, because I was like, what's going on? Let me see what this thing looks like. And that's what you want to do. Everybody wants to know what it looks like. Like Arcade1up, you saw what the cabinets look like. AtGames, you saw what their stuff looks like. Everybody needs to have something to show what everything looks like, and specs and stuff like that. And like I said, maybe it's just because I'm a tech. It's just once you see specs, once you see what they put in it, then you go for it. So get that off the now.
I've got another question for you, Joe, since you got a chance to get your hands on with this thing. The controller itself. Now, there was another article that came out, and this one was super controversial because Tommy supposedly actually sued these people that made this article.
He pulled it down, Jeff. He's not going to sue.
He's not going to sue. Well, okay. Well, I don't know what the truth of this is, but I want to get Joe's take on this because he's played it. But this controller, they're saying that that the controllers are 1 megabyte is all that it can handle on there. So, and it has to be in HTML and cascading style sheet, CSS. And that's all that they can put on there. Now, to me, 1 megabyte doesn't seem like a lot. This doesn't seem like it's going to be able to handle like a Wii U would. That's basically used for a button, right? But what's your experience? What kind of things were they putting on the screen for? You played Shark and Astro Smash, I guess, right?
There was interactions from on the screen to the TV. I'm saying there was certain controls that were visual controls. Like on Astro Smash, you can see there was your ship, and if you swiped it, you would be able to do this hyperspace move. Or like in Flying Tigers, you can actually have the button as a fire button. Each game will have different features on the controller, how it interacts with the TV screen. I don't know about that whole megabyte doesn't make any sense to me. I have no idea. I mean, I don't work for Tommy, so I don't know.
Well, that has to be a little. I mean, I saw a couple of things on there where it looked like it probably had a micro SD. You can probably add something in there. Just from what I was looking at the controller,
You're gonna be able to carry your entire gaming library on your controller, and you can take your controller with you to like your friend's house. And when you get to your friend's house,
Look at all this swag.
your games
Sorry, go ahead.
your games will communicate with your friend's controller, and you can play your games on his console.
Question, because I guess this is one of the most controversial things. I think it's misinformation in terms of the console. They said that there will be physical media. So was there a slot for the physical media, or is it all on your phone and you just put your controller on the deck and then that's it? How does that work?
Well, I don't think it's been officially revealed, but I'm kind of thinking that, let's just say you buy like an Intellivision game, right? And you open it up. Oh, this thing's shrink wrapped. You open the game up and there's like a little tag in there. So you put the tag near your Amico and it can read it, and it auto downloads from the Wi-Fi site, and it's your game. I think the physical media is for like the collector.
It's just the casing.
Like, physical, right? A copy, manual, artwork. So that's what that's gonna, And I think there's some other unique patented things that he's gonna incorporate with the physical media, kind of like how Nintendo does amiibos, stuff like that. Okay. There's going to be some kind of interaction with the games.
Kev Gret thought that we just wanted, and I guess it's not a confirmation, but in a sense of you've seen the system, you didn't see anywhere where physical media can be inserted, unless it was probably like a SD chip or something like that, SD slot.
Yeah, I think it's like a RFID chip or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. It's not official yet. Yeah. I'm assuming it's some kind of chip tag.
Okay.
That's going to be read by. It's not going to be. I mean, the Amico's not going to have a disk drive, so that's how I'm anticipating it be some kind of chip reader.
My guess is that it'll be like Tommy was hinting at some type of collectible, so it could be like a card, like a cool little Intellivision card that's like maybe collectible, and that would be the game stored on that because they're $20. So there has to be some type of worthy upsell from a $10 game to a $20 game. So my guess is it'd be like a little foil tin card or some other amiibo.
Make it a collectible.
Yeah, exactly.
So one other question that I kind of had was, because again, you were experiencing it, you had it in your hands, right? Does the system, does it feel cheap? Does it feel like it's something that would break in your hands, or do you feel like it's a premium product when you're holding it?
Oh yeah, it feels like great in your hand. That was one of the things that I felt immediately. It's not like having a phone. It felt perfect in your hand. The shoulder buttons were easy to control. I mean, they're easy to access. Some of the games you'll be able to flip it, like you'll be able to play it like the original Intellivision. Or I guess it all depends on the game. I thought it felt great.
Okay.
Do you think that the controls? Do you think that since it is, I guess you could say, targeted a little bit for kids, do you think that they're going to have just like the straps or something on it for the kids? Because it might.
Yeah, I think they have the wrist straps like the Nintendo. We had, I think, there's little slots for a lanyard to go around your wrist.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Same ordeal. Like we had the wrist straps, so you don't throw that sucker through the.
Detroit love it.
Yeah,
my kids, man, are crazy.
Now, what about how far, like, were you? Like, how far could you be away from the
Bluetooth?
unit?
So it's Bluetooth. So I was like,
only 10, 15
away. I was like 10 feet away, maybe 8 feet away.
Okay, I just want. Thanks.
I mean, it should have the same average range as any,
Okay.
Bluetooth product, 15, 20 feet.
So you said that there were more games being played, but you experienced 2 games. What were the other games that people were able to test there?
I only saw 3 games on the on display when I was there. The other guys, they played more stuff when they were at the Retro Bros house. Like if you watch some of their behind the scenes videos. I think they show some other footage. You know.
So
I think there was biplanes being played there, Joe, and that other shooter game was being played there too. But I don't think everybody played it. It was probably just a handful. But I did see biplane footage and that other shooting game. That shooting game looked okay. I forget the name of it. But yeah, it was only a handful of games.
But was Moon Patrol played? That's the
No.
game that needs to be played.
I didn't see it.
No, I'm looking forward to that one. I mean,
That
after
one looks
playing
awesome.
The demo was a lot of fun.
So did he hint at, like, I know in the past he hinted that it'll be 50 titles that will be at launch. Did he give you any insight on what's the plan now? Because I know things are always changing because of what's happening.
Well, he was saying he wants to release games on a weekly basis, you know, and he said after like the first year after its initial launch, he wants to start incorporating like a retro section, you know, so you can start buying old school original ports from the Intellivision, which I may have interest in some, but most of those games didn't
age well, you know. Like
most
you
of
said.
them haven't.
Yeah,
That
is true.
have, but 80% of them haven't.
Okay, so that's fair. Kev, Greg, you had something that you wanted to say?
Yeah, Joe. Is there a system seller with this? Like, what's the mascot for the Intellivision Amico? Something that somebody can go, I want that because of this. Is it?
They're Sonic. They're Mario.
Yeah.
I haven't identified anything yet, you know. But when Sega came out, they didn't have an identity at first until Sonic didn't come out till like 2 years after Genesis came out, you know. So yeah, I would say if there's gonna be a mascot right now, it would be Earthworm Jim, but I don't even know if that game's ready yet. Or there you got footage of Finnegan Fox. I mean, that's another one, a cutesy little platforming character. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe
Finnegan Fox is. These are all exclusives, right? I mean, didn't he say that every game has to be either exclusive or has something exclusive about it, right?
He claimed to have all exclusive games like 2 years ago, and he realized it couldn't happen. I mean, a long time ago, he was trying to make that claim, but realized it wasn't going to be feasible. And then he's reinstated that plenty of times. He's went out and said that no, he can't do that anymore. But
so
these aren't direct ports. These are this like Finnegan Fox. This is not like this game
what's
is
this?
Amico. Fox.
What's Fox in the Forest?
That was the original. Original
That's
version.
This kind of looks just like it to me. I don't know. This is on the Nintendo Switch store for $10.
Right.
So that looks a whole lot like Fox in the Forest to me. That's not exclusive.
Right. But I'm sure it has different content. So
yeah, he's adding.
Your argument is.
I just said that he's rebuilding the game. He's reprogramming the game. It's different. It's a different game.
he changed the sprites and he added a couch co-op to the game on certain sections. I think, Joe. I think the single player experience is just cleaned up. He said he made it easier, but the exclusive content.
That's right. He's mentioned he's went on to say stuff like that. I'm not a big platforming guy, but I always love the sports games within television and like the maze games, the shooters. So
we have a basketball game coming out.
There's not going to be shooters on this. I don't think.
What do you mean? What? There's like
they made a point to say this is family friendly. There's not everything's got to be.
What's Astro Smash? What's Flying Tigers? What's Biplane?
That's not. Those. That's what you mean by shooters. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like Halo,
Call of Duty,
that kind of thing. Call of Duty, right? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
There's no Call of Duty on the Amico.
No. I would say FPS, first person shooters. No.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think you're selling Kevgred on this. Kevgred was.
I can't hear all you guys.
Buy one now, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
I think Kevgret sold on this now. You're gonna buy one now?
It's not for me. No.
What's not for you? You don't like games?
But like Joe said, let it come out.
Gotta see more. Some people
you don't like great games and
I gotta see more.
And technology. Come on.
He's telling me.
I like great games.
Rico told me last year that he's working with Tecmo to bring back like Tecmo Bowl Reimagine, bringing back some of these sports licenses from the 80s, Konami. If he starts bringing back some of these retro games, all you guys are gonna be like, "Holy shit, I gotta get one."
I'm already getting one. So
Yeah, you heard it.
Joe, in all fairness, Tommy says a lot of things. We just have to.
Hey,
Tommy says a lot. We just have to see
Don't
what comes
buy it
through.
until you see it, right? You don't buy it, and then
You're not
once
gonna
you
get
see
one?
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
then you buy it.
when I get
I
that
don't know,
wood
Kim.
grain,
You know what?
and then I show it off here, don't come over here saying that you want to play, bro.
You know,
So I'm just
you
saying,
know what I
I'm
think
driving over,
about.
Nick.
Hey, hold up though. Hold up, man. He might have some games that you might want that you might want to put over on your stuff. So you better watch out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't say that.
I'm going to
You can't
become
say that,
close
though.
friends with Tommy. So don't worry, we'll get some review units out here.
Hey, man, Dads, I saw your review today. The Double Dragon iArcade. I bought one today, man. I'm very
I
excited.
appreciate you, man.
Welcome
Appreciate
to the
you
dark
checking it out,
side.
man.
Welcome
Appreciate
to
you
the dark
jumping
side.
into
You're gonna
iArcade.
love it.
Yeah, I'm very
Thanks for
excited.
watching
It's
my
like
review because I know there was a lot out there,
it was
man.
good.
I know there was
I
a
got
lot out there. I
excited.
appreciate you.
Listen, you've had the other toys, and you know
Thanks,
the
Joe.
quality is not there. They have the titles. They have the titles, hands down. We can't.
They have a bunch that I
argue with
want,
that.
so that's enough for me to be, I'm in, and they're gonna ever expand the library, so I'll be excited to see what more the iArcade brings. Double Dragon. I mean, there's a bunch of games in here that I
It
want.
is so hard.
Double Dragon skin. I want it for the Double Dragon skin.
Yeah, that's why I
Listen,
bought it.
it's not when. It's not if. It's when. It's when.
Hold on,
That's
okay,
right.
hold on. Let me ask one thing.
You got a
Turbo,
Sega license, I heard.
Did you actually have to put the graphics on? Because I wanted to
Well,
see if they changed.
I ordered it today.
Oh, okay. I wanted to
Just
see if they
ordered it.
changed that at all. You
I
know
don't
what
think
mean?
they changed that because I think they're adding so many more titles. They're gonna keep a black cabinet
The
so
black,
you can just
okay,
alter the
Put the
artwork,
stickers on.
You know.
Okay, I was
Well,
just
I-
wondering.
After I
Go
saw
ahead.
your review, I was ready to buy it. I've been wanting one, and I want one.
You got the sale, the $100 off, and then the $100 off the shipping, right?
You can probably talk to John about that.
I don't know. I paid $6.99 for everything. Is that too
Okay,
much?
That's about
Yeah,
right, right?
That's
no.
right.
Everything.
That's right.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's
Turbo
it.
Joe, hit me an email. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna talk to John.
I'm excited. I remember watching your review of that WrestleFest spinoff. I want that one. There's a Dreamcast game on there. I don't know if it's included. A shmup. It's like $300 if you try and buy the disc physical on the Dreamcast.
Oh, yes.
It's a plug-in. It's a
Gunbird.
Yoda. What's it called?
Gunbird, not Gunbird. The one that just had a sequel. The sequel just came out last week.
Not Gunbirds?
Oh.
Not Gunbird?
No, it's not Gunbird.
Gun Force?
Gunforce.
Gun
I think it's
Force, right?
Gunforce.
Gun Force.
I'll have to look
That's
at the lineup.
expensive. Gunforce is expensive.
Gunforce
Gunforce
is whatchamacallit, Contra.
Yeah, it's like
Contra,
a-
and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So,
You can play
yeah,
that
they
first
get-
game in about 30 minutes.
Those games are all free downloads. The ones that when you initially
That one is not.
There's 11 of them that are free.
There's 11 that are free, but
Okay.
some of them are not. But the beautiful thing is you select what you want. It's anywhere from like $5 to $15.
Yeah, I saw the
But
lineup.
unless you're
Yeah,
paying
wow.
like you want the wrestling games is probably the most expensive game.
It looks
That
really
is-
good quality. It looks really good quality.
Dude,
Oh.
you're gonna like it. I will say, I'm just gonna let you know. Suggestion is to put that bitch on the lightest setting, or you're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna literally
You
kill yourself.
mean the marquee? You mean?
Nah,
No,
speakers.
no.
No,
The-
the speaker.
Oh, the speakers.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm
Ah.
talking about if you get that wrestling game, put that bitch
Oh,
on
he's
the,
talking
on
about.
the, on the
Oh.
Okay.
because
Yeah,
if
it's
you don't put
hard.
it on easy, you end up killing yourself, bro.
Oh, gotcha.
All
I'm
right.
gonna put that
Yeah, but
next to
again,
my
Turbo, I
Cool.
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for checking.
No, it's
it
good.
out.
Nice video, man.
Turbo Joe has got to go because he got things to do. He wanted to lay the smack down to Kev Gray.
Appreciate you, man.
Kev Gray didn't slap down. They did good.
I thought we
You
had
told me
Kev
you-
Grat
you-
sold
you
on
fighting
this
or something.
thing.
We're debating, so that's why I wrote. Oh, I got to debate. I didn't even know who I'm debating. I didn't even know
It
it
was-
was you.
I was like, I'm not debating. I wrote Joe. Like,
Yeah,
Joe, we're
you
not
said we're
debating.
going to be fighting tonight. So I'm like, all
Yeah.
right,
Because I wanted your best face on, Turbo, because you have to represent me and you as the supporters.
I thought
where,
somebody's going to be coming after me tonight. So I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Kev Gray and the other hater here, the known hater, Rainwater, have to hate on the Amico. So you better flip it. Wait a minute.
No,
Thank you.
In the comment sections, things can be taken out of context, but you guys seem like really cool. So,
Yeah,
whatever. Everyone has their own opinions. As long as you don't, make fun of each other over our
Yeah,
opinion.
you know, and just pissing people's coffee. That's what Kev Greg
Right,
loves to
right.
do.
And
Anytime I'm happy about something, Kev Greg, wait, well, you don't know this. And
I was
Yeah,
expecting
man.
I was
Right,
expecting
right.
Kev Greg to
Who's
come
gonna
on
take a shit
here
on me?
and just I was expecting Kev Greg to come on and just be like, no, this, and this, and this, and this. And then I was gonna be like, Tommy does not approve.
Listen, I knew that Kev Greg wasn't like that because Kev Greg is an educated consumer. He's going to listen to your points and then, you know, respond accordingly.
Yeah, but
He's
I
not-
respect Joe. You know, there's no reason to come on and just start screaming at each other. What's that going to prove to anybody?
I mean, both of them had.
I'm always on the defense because I get attacked, you know, by like guys like Darius Truxton and his whole army of nutbags. So I'm always on the defense, man. I'm like, yeah, what'd you say? Sometimes like someone's just give me a compliment. I was like, what? You know, so I'm always on defense, man. I'm always being attacked. So sorry if I come off like a brat.
They're attacking your puppets. Your puppets.
Let's just say no matter where you watch it, in the description of this channel, you will see my man Turbo Joe's channel. Please go over there, subscribe, watch the videos. A lot of great content, and we love the fact that you have your own view on things. You're not like anybody else in the industry, so we thank you for that.
Yeah, he's like me. He plays the Wii and stuff and all that. I watched that other one the other day, so I'll be watching, man. So I appreciate it,
dude. Yeah, I still have my fun, you know.
So, do you have anything that you want to plug before you go, Turbo?
No, I just want to say thank you, gentlemen, for having me on. It's always fun to talk about video games with you guys. I think this is like my third time being a guest on the show, so I want to thank you, UAG. Thank you, Rainwater.
You always have a seat at our table, right?
No, it's a fun conversation. You know, always something to talk about. So yeah, you know, next time you ever want my input on whatever, you know,
always a pleasure. Have you back.
Yeah,
thank you, bro. So
take care, everyone.
See you soon.
Later, Joe.
All right, then, Joe. Peace.
Take care, everybody.
So great conversation. That was
that was good. And again, it's
I'm not a hater, man. Can you move it?
This guy needs to take it on. So
right,
okay.
So, I haven't said nothing yet. Okay.
What's your opinion, Mad Dads?
So we leave you with this. Are you going to keep on eating the can of bullshit that Arcade1up is giving you and say, you know, you're just gonna have to pay this price, or are you gonna say, listen, I'm gonna jump ship, or are you at a point where, you know, there's other people.
Hold on, we ain't leaving them yet. What do you mean?
Listen, you could be like this. You could say, I'm not dealing with home arcades at all anymore.
I ain't talking about Arcade1up. Did you get my message?
What message?
Did you get my message? I said, let me plug this.
Let me finish. I'm still talking, bro. Calm down.
You said
so
we leave you.
Everybody
gonna roll out before they get it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, no, go ahead, man. I got you. No. My video coming out anyway. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, Mad Dads.
I'm just playing.
You have the floor.
I don't even have it, but I don't know if he has the thing or not. I don't know if he has like I sent it to him, but I don't know. Do you have it?
I see him. He's chatting. Nobody can see him or hear him, but he's back there going blah, 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 blah.
Did you see? Oh man.
Oh, let's bring him back in there. Okay, there's Nick.
Nah, man, I appreciate it. But I want to let everybody know I got a video coming out, and I was trying to make something. I was trying to get with people to find out to make something easier if you have a ALP, and this is it right here. So BBJP's Fam Cave website, and I've been talking to him. And if you look down, that one right there, that's the one I'm talking about right there. I'm going to be talking about the vertical build for what he put together, his team put together. It's just a vertical build for the CoinOps build for the ALP, and what he's going to do for me and my peoples. All right. So if you at checkout, yeah, I know this. Like I said, if you know how to do this, this is not for you. All right. This is only, like I said in my video here coming up soon, it's only going to be for the people who don't have time to go through, put all these games vertically, you know, all the vertical games on a flash drive and take care of it. So, okay. So this is for those people. And if you get it at checkout, you get $10 off, y'all. Using Mad Dad's Gaming,
one moment,
you
sir.
get $10 off.
Nah.
All right, you can go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. I had to do that. So, like I said, you don't pay. This is not paying. I'm just letting y'all know right now. This is not paying for any games. So you're not paying for any games. You're not paying for any of that stuff. That's not. It's just the labor of him going through and putting everything together. Okay. So it's not any of the games. You're not paying for any of the licenses, the games, and all that stuff. This is at your own risk. Okay. But I'm just telling you that's what I was trying to go with him and see what's going on. But it's at your own risk.
Helping
it's
you
just
optimize games for
correct.
For your personal use.
Yeah, it's not any like you're not paying for any of that stuff. Okay, it's just straight up, the labor, what they did to get it all together and all that other stuff, and that's it. You already know, everybody knows the games are all up everywhere, but I wanted to let y'all know that. But if you type in Mad Dad's Gaming at checkout, if you do it, you get again $10 off.
You get that, and if you make a purchase, right, you also will get exclusive discount code. Let me bring it up right here. Sorry. Instead of using the retro 15, you'll get the retro 80, and you'll only pay 20% of the cost of the shirt.
All right, Nick is muted now.
Oh, we do need a retro party. We need a retro party.
Who gave him the
Where's the weekly retro party shirt? That's why I didn't see that yet. Do you got that one up there yet?
He won't give me a high-res image of the logo.
Okay.
This sounds like excuses. We see a commercial for his thing every day, so we'll get that up there for you guys soon. But again, make a purchase on this, and you'll get retro 80. Oh, I thought you was talking about the shirts.
What's that? What is that?
What was the discount code again? Mad Dad's Gaming.
Just Mad Dad's Gaming. Make sure you put the 2 D's in there. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have a video coming out here shortly. I was waiting till after the show, so I'll put it up, and that way y'all can go there.
Yes, again, it's not for everybody, but to make it easier for some people, you got a couple of grandpas, you're one of them. So like, not everybody knows how to do that stuff, and it's really cool. So we appreciate you. I mean, we already know Rainwater barely knows how to put Coin Ops X on his.
I think I reformatted it last week too, didn't I?
I know you. I said make sure that it's.
Did he split it? He didn't split it. No?
Go to Flash. I said go to Flash Drive X and make sure it's mounted. He goes, oh yeah, and it hits the format button. Genius.
I think I haven't had a chance to hook it back up and figure it out yet.
But we appreciate everybody. Thanks for letting me do that, man. I just wanted to, always trying to help people and stuff like that. So
then let me get back on my soapbox here.
Go ahead, man. Sorry about that.
So we're ending this one to let you know. We want to know what you guys are gonna do. Are you on the fence? Are you gonna give Arcade1up a chance to redeem themselves? Do you think that this is just a blimp on the radar, or do you think that they're gonna have to change their ways, or are you just done with their relationship? And it's totally up to you. Don't let anybody tell you that don't let anyone tell you that you should not buy an Arcade1up. Not me, not
or an Intellivision Amico.
Yeah.
I think that's a good recap for the whole show. Is don't let somebody else. If you want an Amico,
you would never hear me say
$9,000 on the X-Men.
You just never hear me that because they started it all. They're still my that's what started everything.
They're the granddaddy. Even the legend Bobby tells you, he may call them pieces of shit, but he says they're the granddaddy. They without them we wouldn't have none of
everybody this. Made templates from them. You know what I mean? Yep. It was just it was just how it is,
So, but there's other.
But everyone needs an iArcade. Get one of those. All the rest of them, if you want it, get it. If don't let some people sway you. But everyone
just look at all the the UAG was saying. Just look at all the modders. Look what we have. Like you already see what I have in the back. Like I can mod some stuff, But I got an iArcade in the back. So I mean, there's stuff that you can do.
Whether you're an iiRcade fan, whether you're an AtGames fan, whether you are an Arcade1up fan, whether you just made your own shit, do whatever you want makes you happy, it's your game room. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. We're just giving you the information to make an informed decision. That's it. And you come here for our opinion, so we're going to provide it to you. You know, and you go to Rainwaters to see the Sailor Moon stuff.
See board games. But Bobby, I'm gonna do some more board game content. I got a tongue lashing from Antisocial. He was like, I can't stand you, but I like that you're into board games. So I told him, I'm like, well, okay,
No problem, chum.
no problem. He's like, but you're annoying as hell. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna make some board game. You know, yeah, I'll think of something. I'll put some board game stuff out there.
Mad Dad has a video coming out on this stuff that we just plugged. Rainwater, what you got?
Man, every time you ask me that question, I tell you something and I never put it out. So, I'm gonna make. Well, let's see. Let me just make something. No, I'm just kidding. I do want to put out some board game stuff, but I want to get out some of the other videos that I already told you I would do that I haven't done yet. So, but I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends a lot, and it's taken up a lot of time.
God!
So,
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry, Rain. I'm sorry, man. I did it to him because I was like, hey, this game because I've been wanting to try it. Sorry, man.
Actually, I might put
you can blame that on me because I was just like, I said, let me try it, and I tried it.
Do you think that Mac plays that?
Absolutely. I don't think he's maxed out. He's got all the legendaries. Yeah,
I don't think that. Listen, Kev, you know you're always welcome to the channel. So if you're in the chat and you feel passionate about something, you know, hit up my secretary Rainwater. He will provide you the link, and we will get you in. Okay,
guys, this was
anytime,
awesome.
Man.
It
Appreciate you,
awesome.
Kev, man.
We got to give a shout out to the chat on the way out. They're always here. They're always supportive.
Always
they're bringing it. Brad, Rich Adello, everybody,
man.
Big up. Zero Heroes here. Everybody. Thanks.
If anybody hasn't seen Rich Adello's tribute to whatchamacallit, to Bobby Legend, that shit was good, bro. That shit was good. We may need you to get on this channel and you know, string that guitar, bro, because that was. Man.
I'm telling you, I mean, y'all and again, Kev, always here, man. We appreciate you as always. You're in the chat too. You're in the chat too. Yeah, we do. And then so everybody in here, just you gotta the channel, this whole channel. Okay, I just want y'all to know this whole channel was made when UEG came up to me and he got with me and he said, "Hey, man, we need to do something different." And that's what we do. We bring people. We bring people on all the time. So it's not like we just start bringing people on. We wanted to bring in people that were unknown, didn't have anything to do. You know what I mean? They wanted to be known but didn't know. But that's what this channel is all.
You know, smaller YouTubers.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
Their voices. We want them to be heard. The community want them to
make
be
sure
heard.
you get with UAG, me, or Rainwater. And if you want to jump on the show, I mean, if you have something you want to say, you know, just hit us up. And we'll check you out and go from there. So we want to let you know.
That email. Tell me what you know. Give me your contact information. We'll make it happen. We'll definitely have that. We have, I believe, next week.
We need to get Billy.
We have a special guest. We're gonna have my man Show Me Retro.
Oh, nice.
Love that guy. He's one of the most educated people in this spectrum. So. We definitely want to have him and show him a good welcome on the
awesome
show. Yes. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for being part of the show as always and coming in and supporting the channel. As always, guys, keep gaming. You know, do that.
Watch that video soon. It's gonna go up in like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. No, it's gonna.
Later, nerds.
Later, what?
What?
You said later, nerds, right?
So I'm starting it over. The music gets good after about 30 seconds.
It does. I didn't know what you were
I'm on the top.
about.
I'm by the L. So
I'm
in the L. So it's okay. Late. There you go. I'm late. That's what I'm saying. So y'all.
That's another thing about the cookies.
Sorry, man.
You know, always being late and.
See, that's when it starts to get good.
Sorry, man. That was amazing
Hey, we're still
show.
live.
Yes, we're still live, but it's amazing show.